Okay, I've gotten all the way down to the last millimeter of this gray foxtail, and what you want to do now, you could do it a couple different ways, but you can slice around both sides here and starting to initiate this tail off at a bigger section of this bone. Now it's split all the way down, so very, very important to do that. I've seen guys that don't split the last half inch, and guess where the tail starts slipping? And slipping's where basically it's rotting, it's spoiling. Well, the last half inch. So this tail is split all the way here. Now, don't get in a big old fired up hurry. Just you want to, again, we want to get this in the freezer as soon as we can, but you want to do a good job too. So, okay. Now, what we can do, we could reinvert this, and we can peel this way as well, just carefully. We got this thing split all the way out, okay? So whatever way we skin this tail skin off, that's fine. You can see I'm going to use my thumb probably as much as possible here, and we're down to the last, well, probably 5 inches of tailbone. But once you get past the middle part, it seems to want to peel off a lot easier. Now this fox here is fresh. It was just shot, I think, yesterday evening, so keep that in mind as well, because if you have one that's been in the freezer, say a guy's had it for 5-6 months in the freezer, then you might have to do a lot more skinning here. But the skin on a fox's tail adheres pretty good. So, okay, we're going to keep going here. I'm just using my fingers. Okay. I'm slowly making a little clamp with my fingers. See this? Making a little clamp. Okay. And it's going to help me peel this thing right out. Okay, there we go. There's the full tail. Okay. And this whole tail skin here is split right open. Okay. So now what we could do, like I said, we'll take a quick measurement here of this tail. Let's see how close we are. Okay, this one's 13¼ inches, this tail. Okay, 13¼ so we can write that down somewhere, and I'll transfer that information. Okay, now you can see we're at the neck area. Okay, so this fox is all skinned out here. Now we're basically to the neck area. Okay, so all right. Now again, put some pressure on this. If you put a little pressure, the skin will peel forward. Now don't worry so much about a little bit of meat and all that on there. That's gonna happen. That's fine. Now if I was going to tan this thing myself, then after I skinned it, I'd get right on this thing right away, and I would throw salt on it as I was skinning it. But as you know, like salt in the winter time, salt actually thaws out ice, so keep that in mind. If you're not going to do it, don't throw salt on it. You're going to prevent it from freezing in your freezer all the way. So if you're going to flush it out and do a good job at it too, and as efficiently as you can. Okay. The first place we're really going to encounter, I'm still working this neck down a little bit. And again, this skin on a fox, it adheres pretty well. So okay. All right. So you can see where we're at here. Okay. Get near the ear section, okay? Right here. Now again, if you're not familiar with skinning these little critters out, let me show you something here real quick, what we're going to do here. I'm going to keep peeling, and I know I'm on top of the cartilage right now, but what I'm doing is I'm going to hold my ear like so on the outside. I could feel it. Now, the ears on these animals, they're into that skull cavity quite a bit, so I'm fleshing this out. Okay. Okay. Don't be in a fired up hurry here. We want to make sure, not so much that, I mean, we want to be careful, but we want to make sure we get to that ear canal here, which is going to be pretty deep on it. Okay. Trying to find it. Okay. Okay, there it is right there. You can see how tight I cut to it. The ear canal is right here. Okay, now I'm holding the ear. Here's the ear. I'm holding my ear, and I'm just going to cut this ear forward. Just trying to be careful here. Okay, so you can see that ear is free. Okay, here's my ear. Okay, beautiful, beautiful ear. Now my ear, butt, and everything is all intact. You can see how far down this thing is here. Okay, now what I like to do, I like to flip it. So now I know about where that ear is, because I just did that other one. I like to do that when it's fresh in my memory here, and I could just refer to my other side and see. I'm holding my ear, I'm looking. Wow, that's really far down there. I'm going to cut this extra meat off here. It's all part of the ear area. Okay. Now I'm working this area forward here. Okay. Here's my ear. Okay. Okay. Now, okay, so there's my second ear. Okay, you can see the ear canal here. Okay, now we're going to come down the top of the head. Okay, now guess what? Now this is going to be a closed mouth, but it really doesn't matter so much. Just we're going to leave some material here. Okay. Now again, the eyes, we're going to get to the eye area here. Okay. Now I'm skinning down. And we'll know when we're at the eye area, because you can actually feel the eye area through. I can feel that it's soft. So I'm going to initiate this. I'm going to keep cutting this area here. Okay. Okay. Now, this is very, very crucial. If you're not familiar with eyes, what I like to do is, I can see the eye here. I'm putting my finger in the eye. I'm actually pulling it back very carefully. Okay. Now, I know I peeled my eyelid. I was pulling it. Okay, here's my eye. Okay. What I was doing with my fingers, I was pulling that eye skin. Okay. Now we're going to have to cut. This is the mouth. I'm going to cut straight down. Okay. We're going to need eye skin to tuck into our mannequin. So, okay, I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, now I want to take the scalpel blade and I want to dig in there a little bit. I want to get this extra skin out so I can tuck it later. You need some extra skin to tuck into your mannequin later on for your eyes. Okay. Okay. So this is the eye. Okay. This fox appears to be very, very healthy. Of course, before he was shot. Not very healthy right now, but yeah. Okay, we're going to make our cut. This is where you find that your scalpel, from hitting this bone, will dull. So make sure you have a good sharp blade. Okay. This is our eye area again. I'm just cutting that fascia. Again, same procedure. If you're not familiar with it, roll it back, put your finger in the eye. Okay, that will prevent you from cutting your eyelids. Now I'm going to cut to the back. Okay. Now I know I didn't cut my eyelid because I felt it. Now we want to keep cutting here. This is probably one of the most difficult areas here. My scalpel is pretty dull. So, like I said, sometimes you use one, sometimes there may be two. Put a brand new scalpel blade. It's not worth it. Okay. So we can see our eye. Brand new blade. We need that inner skin here. So I'm going to dig for it a little bit. So we need that to tuck into our mannequin around the eyes. Okay. 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 Now we're almost done skinning this critter out, but it's the home stretch. But take your time still. Okay. Coming down the nose area, bridging the nose. What I'm doing is I'm rolling it down and I'm cutting as I need to along the sides. Okay. If you're not comfortable with that, you could again roll your skin. Okay. Okay. Coming down here.